All right, so this is example 2 of our solving, and what we're going to do differently for this one compared to the first one is we're going to really focus on this check for extraneous solutions part. So I'm going to show you some strategies on how to find that using your calculator, so that way it's a little bit easier for you guys here. So let's go ahead and go through our steps again. First thing I want to do is I want to isolate the radical. So in other words, is this radical, this one over here in red, is it by itself on this side? So there's nothing in the front of it, there's nothing behind it, and everything is inside the radical. So basically, and indeed, we have it isolated, the radical expression on one side. So that part is done. The next step I want to work on is square each side. So I want to get rid of this radical. So square both sides. So it's going to help me cancel this out. So I have x plus 7, and then I'm going to square that one. So remember, you guys have to do your little box method, your x minus 5, and then multiply everything that's in here because it's repeated twice. So x squared minus 5x minus 5x and a positive 25. I look and see which ones are my like terms, and it's these two boxes here. And then I'm going to set it up as x squared, same sign, I'm going to add, so negative 10x plus 25. So this is what's remaining on this side. Now I'm going to basically move everything over. I'm going to solve the equation. I may need a factor. So first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to solve and get everything all on one side. So I'm going to switch my colors here. Let's do this little pink. I'm going to subtract x here. And I'm going to go ahead and move my 7 at the same time. Do the opposite, the inverse. And here's what we're left with. These two cancel. So I'm left with 0. X squared, same sign here. I'm going to add these. So that's a negative 11x. And these are opposites. So of course I'm going to subtract. So I would have a positive 18. Okay, so now I see that I don't have a coefficient from my x squared, so this is going to be a nice simple factoring step. So I have my 18 up here, positive 18. I have my negative 11 here. So now I got to figure out what numbers can multiply to give us a positive 18, and which ones can add or subtract to give us a negative 11. So this is our multiply box, and this is our add or subtract, depending on the sign, of course. So let's go ahead and work that out. So I'm looking for factors of 18. So 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. So there's my multiplication here. So I have a negative, but if I look at this sign, it's positive here. That means one of two things. Either they're both going to be positive or they're both going to be negative. Since I have a negative here, that leads me to believe that they're all going to be negative. So negative 1, negative 18, negative 2, negative 9, negative 3, and negative 6. Now, out of these possibilities, who can give me a negative 11 by adding and subtracting? That's negative 19, that's negative 9. This is the one we need. So negative 2 and negative 9. So what I'm going to take a look at is my factors. So 0, I'm going to rewrite it as my factors of x minus 2, that negative 2 here, and of x minus 9, that negative 9 that I have here. Zero product property. So again, I'm going to apply the zero product property, and it states that once it's set equal to 0, I'm going to solve for what makes each one equal to 0. So x minus 2 equals 0, x minus 9 equals 0, and then solve. Add 9 here, and here's what we have left. So that means one solution could be 2, and one solution could be 9. Okay, so pause the video real quick. I'm going to create another video for this step 4 that we're going to talk about, the check for extraneous solutions.